Welcome back to Ghost Songs of Moon Lake. We got sandpaper, so we can go ahead and sand something, okay? Oops.
It's stuck.
I know. I'm trying to sand it. Thank you. Did I magically actually put that one in the right location? That would be, unfortunately not. Well, you can't always be right, can you? That's a secret passage! Good thing we have the flashlight already. The moon's so bright, we don't need a flashlight. That's a picture of Malone and his girlfriend. You can never look at it again. And this room's magically lit. We need that. Rather happy music for in here. I have everything I need, right? I have the gas mask, but I don't think I have everything I need.
It could be mice making that sound.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
blocked.
I'm missing gloves, and heck if I remember where they are. They better not be in the
William
shed.
Akers? I wonder if he's related to Jeff Akers.
Maybe. Yay, reading, and Houdini, which was a reference to, you know, the last game. No, not with the last. It was the game before that one or something. Whenever final scene was, that's what that's referring to. I see something. That's on the red magnifying glass of finding. You can also now come out through there because Nancy will unlock it.
It's probably not safe to go in there.
Yeah, it's definitely not safe, Nancy. Good call. Good call. Well, regardless, we can't do anything down there till we get, well, gloves for starters. And, for seconders. Haha! Wow, go me for missing that for the first time in all my history playing this game. Well, we have that. That's good. But, I run back there real quickly, actually. I think Nancy's still gonna complain. Use this. Don't need to catch the deer mat.
It's blocked. It looks like a tiny hole.
The deer mouse itis or whatever. Rat-itis for mice. If you know what that is, kudos. If you don't, I'm not explaining myself. I am gonna run over here to the Moon Lake State Park and see if we can talk about acres. Huh. I was gonna look at the clock. And now I know where we're going to. The 10 on my watch. Hey! No helping.
You're back.
Yes.
I found a newspaper dating back to 1927 in Sally's house. Since you're kind of an expert on the history of Moon Lake, do you mind if I ask you some questions about Mickey Malone?
Not at all.
All right.
The article mentioned that a man named William Akers used to work for Malone. Is he a relative of yours?
No. Quite a coincidence, I'll admit, but no. I am in no way related to the head flunky of some two-bit gangster and his gang of thugs.
Are you sure?
I found this old picture in Sally's house. Do you know who these people are?
The man is Mickey Malone, I know that. I'm guessing that this is his girlfriend, Vivian Burnett, I think her name was. And judging by the year of that brand new Ford in the background, I'd say the picture was taken in 1928.
What would be the best way for me to find out who was living in Moon Lake in 1928 and where they ended up?
Tell you what, Miss Drew. Why don't I go through my files and see what I can dig up on this mystery woman? I'm a busy man, but like I always say, I'm here to serve.
When and why was Malone arrested?
I'm sorry, Miss Drew. As usual, I'm a little pressed for time. If you have more questions, why don't you sit down at the computer and peruse the Moon Lake database of fascinating factoids that I've put together?
What happened to Akers and the rest of Malone's gang after he went to prison?
Fortunately for Moon Lake, they all left and went their separate ways.
Have you gotten the results back from that water sample I left with you?
I meant to call the Department of Health today for a status report, but frankly, I've been way too busy.
Sounds like Moon Lake could use 2 rangers.
If I were in charge of just 10 more acres of parkland, they'd give me an assistant, and I could devote more time to the acquisition of more land and eventually put Moon Lake on the map as one of the biggest, most popular parks in the state.
Then maybe these ghost dogs are a blessing in disguise.
What do you mean?
Well, if those dogs scare Sally away for good, other people are bound to think twice about buying the place. The bank will lower its price, and you'll have your land.
You're insinuating things again, Miss Drew.
I don't care.
I'm sorry, I really am. It's just that Sally's my friend, and I'd really like to find out why someone's doing this to her.
Tell you what, if you're serious about making amends, there's some boxes by the computer labeled with dates.
You know, I picked the
They're
top
from the
option to
estate
try
of a
and dodge
local
this.
history buff. She kept everything from newspaper clippings to old photos to recipes for apple crisp. She put everything in envelopes, then numbered them by year using Roman numerals. Just put the envelopes in order by year with the earliest date in front. Oh, and if you're rusty on Roman numerals, there's an entry on them in the computer.
Okay if I read what's in the envelopes?
Don't go reading anything until you're through, or take my word for it. You'll never get finished.
Thanks for
right.
all your help.
Not a problem.
Also, dog! I'm gonna talk to you
You're
about
back.
dog.
I noticed you have a dog.
That's Yogi, who never goes out unless he's on a leash. Park rules.
Do you have any other dogs?
I hope you're not suggesting I trained Yogi to run around in the middle of the night barking and attacking houses.
Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
He's too nice looking a dog, unfortunately. So,
Let's see. Jeff said the envelope with the earliest date goes down in the front of each box.
so you could sit here and try and figure out all the ways the Roman numerals are supposed to be. Or you can just look at what I'm about to do. Save yourself probably not much time if you're playing on junior mode. Quite a lot of time if you're playing on senior mode. Because in senior mode, everything is just, you know, a lot more messed up. And this is actually way more organized than I'm remembering it. Unless I'm remembering my Roman numerals incorrectly. Which is a possibility.
Now that they're all
Oh, no,
sorted,
it was
I
easy.
can do
That's
some
it.
reading.
Cool. So, reading. My rating's done. And that, you could read everything if you so desire, probably. Or maybe it's limited. Who knows? Yay, Mickey Malone. Da, na, 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 na. And Uncle Waldo. Not a goose, although he did look a lot like a goose in that picture, I have to admit. Were they inspired by the Aristocats much? Beloved film. Anyway. There's gold in them sandbars. Get it? Well, it's gold. In TBS Plumbing Broadcast Service, whatever. Huh. So that's it for the box of mystery. What is this? Oh, cruddy antiques.
You're back.
I finished putting all those envelopes in order.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Drew. And to show my gratitude, I've got something for you.
Chances are it isn't a paycheck.
No, it's an honorary Junior Park Ranger pin. I keep them on hand so I can give them out to children whom I see demonstrating respect for park rules and regulations. A little bit of positive reinforcement.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, I don't get to give them out that often.
Oh, gee, thanks, Ranger Acres. Thanks for all your help.
Always a pleasure.
Honestly, can't tell if that's sincere or if she's just like, wow. Thanks, Ranger Acres. Wow. Wow. You got a pin meant for kids. Wow. Anyway, let's go use the pin for kids for adult purposes. I'm gonna take the shortcut, which is running through the house apparently. No, it's going this way. And I don't know if you have to actually pick that up to safely do this or not. But you have to put it down and do that.
Looks like a tiny hole.
I know. Why don't you use tiny hole? Use.
The combination.
Where's that little combination? I'll bet you didn't. Nope. Dang it! I didn't write it down. Well, we can actually probably stop. Honestly, we might not even know it yet. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it time advance. And then we're gonna go back to Jeff Akers and see if he has any, information. And music's gone. Joy. I guess I could keep advancing time until the music comes back, but, who wants to waste time? Not me. That's a for sure. Blah. Alright. Whoop. Ran too far. There's music.
Good news. I have information on your mystery woman.
Thank you so much. Is she still alive?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
What's it say? Arsenic in the water.
Oh my gosh, not only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Huh.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic explanation.
Where's Yogi?
In the run, out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem.
Unless we walk back there and open the gate. Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, the game's not gonna let you. Because the game is boring. Come on, game. That would be great. Although, point-and-click adventure games in the old days are kind of limited on what they're going to do. Open world's where it's at. Open world Nancy Drew game. Sign me up. Her Interactive will never do that, though. So we gotta wait for, hopefully, Progress to do something. Why am I here? I wanted to call the lady. Not look at you. Let me leave. Thank you. I got an autopilot for some reason. Good thing you can't fall in there. Good grief. Just carelessly running in the dark. Not even giving a second thought. Anyway, we're gonna call Vivian Brown. And hopefully she will help us get the information we need to open that safe that I forgot to write the combination down for.
If you're selling something, hang up right now. I got an air horn in my hand that could deafen a dinosaur, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, no, please. I'm not selling anything. Believe me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You got exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
Oh, right. The Moon Lake Park Ranger said you might call, but you have to talk fast. An old friend of mine is flying in today from Florida, and when I say old, I mean old, as in 5 years older than I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet stuff, you'll hurt yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old picture of me.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course I remember him. I remember everything about that time of my life. It was the roaring 20s, for crying out loud. One of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my brain's turned to tapioca, sweet stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Mickey and I dated for 5 years. Oh, I knew what he was, and I didn't approve, believe you me. But I was young, and we got along so well, and he was so considerate. He always kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just for me.
He had a speakeasy? Where?
It was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't big time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
That's weird. I'm staying in his old house on Moon Lake, and I haven't seen any sign of a speakeasy.
Course you haven't. You're not supposed to. Only Mickey and Willie knew how to get into the speakeasy from the house. The rest of us had to go in and out the regular way, through the cemetery.
Who's Willie?
The guy who ran the speakeasy for Mickey.
I found a safe in the cellar of Malone's house. I'd love to see what's in it, but unfortunately it's locked.
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's.
I don't suppose you happen to know the combination?
No one knew the combination, not even Mickey. Mostly because Willie was constantly changing it. He was a little paranoid and superstitious. Well, as I recall, he'd picked the most unlucky number he could think of and used that for the combination. He called it a reverse jinx.
Unlucky number? Like what?
Oh, like the date that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house that caught fire, or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
Did you say people would normally enter the speakeasy through the cemetery?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones in that little cemetery behind the house. You needed a key to unlock it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using two main ingredients, concrete and secrecy. Mickey always bragged that nobody could get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of me and Mickey, I'll send you my key.
The key to the tombstone? You still have it?
It's in the bottom of my jewelry box. I've come this close to throwing it out 100 times, but it's so small and the memories it brings back are so big. Well, I just couldn't, as a joke. Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed on it. That's the one the key unlocks.
It's been fun talking to you.
23 skidoo, kiddo!
23 I don't even feel like questioning that. Just let it be. Let it be. For now, though, if you were paying any attention at all to what she was saying, you might notice that she was all like, "Oh, they pick the unlucky dates." So how about the day that Mickey was arrested? Oh, we're gonna try it at least. 9, 3, and a 2. Perfect. Ah! Mice! Go away. I don't want mice.
Bet those were deer mice.
I don't care. We can read this journal from William Akers.
Speakeasy.
And he's gonna yell about the speakeasy. It's a long diary, too.
Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to William Akers after all.
You just thought that was a possibility now. That's useful. Huh. In case you've not learned the way to the cemetery yet, or haven't stumbled your way into the cemetery up to this point.
The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
I can tell you, Nancy. I could tell you, but I'm not gonna tell you yet. Really, game? You're gonna make me go through this one by. I probably should use this. All the way through the book again. Thank you and good night. We're gonna leave the book there too. Oh. All right. Well, let's go ahead and mail that picture to the lady. Get some things advancing around here. We'll mail it and then I guess we'll stop. Only guess we'll stop. Anyway, hello, sir. Your dog's back.
Hello again, Miss Drew. Am I in for another interrogation?
How much would it cost to send this photo to Vivian Burnett?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
What do you know about a man named Joe Akers?
Why do you ask?
I understand he used to be the deputy here.
So?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure you're not related to William Akers?
All right. William Akers was my grandfather.
And you don't want anyone to know that.
It's not exactly something I'm proud of. My father spent his whole life trying to make people forget what my grandfather was, and trying to make sure people who didn't know what he was never found out. I've been doing the same thing.
What did William Akers do after Malone was arrested?
I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me, Miss Drew. In case you've forgotten, I'm a very busy man. I apologize for my previous behavior. As a park ranger, I strive to keep my personal feelings in check at all times, and that time I failed. It's my duty as a public servant to try to make it up to you. What would you like to know?
Thanks for all your
Actually,
help.
That's why I'm
there's
here.
stuff I want to know, but we're gonna stop. I just want to see if I can immediately talk to him again. He'd be forgiving and like get over it. So yeah, next time on Nancy Drew Ghost Dogs Moon Lake, we're gonna talk his ears off. See you guys then.